Module 8, Complex Sentences and Communication. Course, Efik-Ibibio. The architecture of your speech. This module moves you beyond short, single-idea sentences into full, connected speech. Think of it as learning the architecture of Efik-Ibibio. Up to now you could say, I saw him and he was eating as two separate thoughts. After this module you will weave those thoughts together into one smooth sentence that shows how they relate. You will learn to give reasons, show contrast, report what other people said, and describe things in detail without stopping and starting. The cultural image here is idoc, weaving. Each word is a thread, each sentence is a strip of cloth, and paragraphs become a complete fabric. The goal is to help you speak and write like a sophisticated communicator, not just a beginner listing facts. Module 8, Complex. Module Contents. Introduction. Sentence connectors and linking words. Relative clauses and expansions. Reported speech and indirect expression. Advanced prepositions and usage. Writing structured paragraphs. Conclusion. Module. Introduction. Weaving ideas together. Beyond I saw him. He was eating. I went home. What this module covers. Connect ideas with logical flow. Add detail without starting new sentences. Report what others have said. Write structured, coherent paragraphs. The goal, move from basic speaker to sophisticated communicator capable of high-level discourse. Cultural view, writing is weaving idoc, ideas together into a beautiful fabric. This introduction tells you why complex sentences matter. Short sentences like I saw him. He was eating. I went home are clear, but they sound choppy and childlike. Real conversation and writing flow because ideas are linked. In this module you learn to connect actions with reason using words like Koro for because, to show contrast with Eddie for but, to other events with Ecom for then, and to draw conclusions with Ntre for therefore. You also learn to add detail inside one sentence using relative clauses, so instead of two sentences you say, the person who went to the market is my friend. Another big step is reported speech, where you tell what Obong said without repeating his exact words. All of these pieces let you build paragraphs that have a topic, support, and a conclusion. The cultural idea of idoc reminds you that good Efik-Ibibio speech is woven, not stacked. Each connector and clause is a thread that makes the whole message stronger and more beautiful. Sentence connectors, causal and contrastive. Showing reason and opposition. Causal connectors, because/since. Contrastive connectors, but/however. This section gives you the first two types of connectors you need to sound natural. Causal connectors explain why something happened. The main word is koro, which means because or since. You use it to join a result to its reason in one sentence. For example, Omi enkogi yutum koro ensibian idem, meaning I did not go to work because I was sick. It keeps you from making two short sentences. Contrastive connectors show opposition or a change in direction. The main word is Eddie, which means but or however. You use it when the second part of your sentence goes against what people expect from the first part. For example, Eni eme Eddie yubiakit esit, meaning she is beautiful but has a bad heart. You can also use kpa oro for however, when you want a stronger break between ideas. These two connectors let you explain and argue, not just report. Once you use koro and Eddie, your speech starts to sound like reasoning instead of listing. Sentence connectors, the sequential and resultative. Ordering events and drawing conclusions. Sequential connectors, and then / after that. Resultative connectors, therefore / so. This section handles time order and conclusions. Sequential connectors tell listeners what happened first, next, and last. The most common word is ecom, meaning then or and then. You also have ndien, meaning and ku akpetor, meaning finally or at last. With this you can narrate a whole day in one flow. Endemir yuzonobok, ikom enyamon, ikom endyoyudia, ko akpeta enkoyutum. That means I woke up in the morning, then I bathed, then I ate, and finally I went to work. Resultative connectors show what follows logically from what you just said. The main words are entre and tem, both meaning therefore, so, or as a result. You use them to close your thought. For example, ISO idep, entre omi enkogi yura, meaning it rained, therefore I did not go to the market. With sequential words you tell stories, and with resultative words you show thinking. Together they turn random sentences into a clear sequence with a point. Sentence connect. Relative clauses, the markers emi and oro. Describing nouns without new sentences. Relative markers. The crucial rule, add suffix da or re to the verb. Example, Owoku emiku eke de yura edi enemy, the person who went to the market is my friend. This section teaches you how to describe a noun in detail without starting a new sentence. You do it with relative clauses, using the markers emi, meaning who or that, and oro, meaning that or which. The big rule is that the verb inside the relative clause must take the suffix de or re. That suffix tells the listener that the verb is describing, not acting as the main verb of the sentence. In the example, Owoku emiku eke de yura edi enemy, the main sentence is Owo edi enemy, meaning the person is my friend. The part emiku eke de yura is the relative clause that tells us which person, meaning who went to the market. Without the grammar breaks. So icon emi endyoda yu means the fish that I ate is sweet. Ufok oro ozonoda ofon means the house that is strong is good. Once you add the or, re to the verb after emi or oro, you can stack detail onto any noun and keep your speech tight and fluent. Relative clause. Relative clause. Reported speech, the structure. Saying what others said without quoting. Direct speech, obong odeho, midi, obong said, I am coming. Indirect, reported, speech, kimaka it, that slash saying. Formula, doho, say slash tell, plus it plus ku plus, reported clause. The self-referential pronoun imo. Example, Idora odeho it ku imo bayan oman akpa, Idora said that she was hungry. This section moves you from quoting to reporting. Direct speech repeats the exact words. Obong odeho, midi, meaning Obong said, I am coming. Indirect or reported speech tells the meaning without the quote marks, and you need three parts to do it. First the verb doho, meaning say or tell. Then the marker it, which works like that or saying. Then ku, which introduces the reported clause. So the formula is doho plus it plus ku plus clause. A key point is the pronoun imo. In reported speech, imo refers back to the speaker, not to you. So Idora odeho it ku imo bayan oman akpa means Idora said that she herself was hungry. If you used any, it would mean Idora said that someone else was hungry. So imo is how you keep the reference clear. With this structure you can report statements, it mmi odeho it ku imo ike yutum, meaning my father said that he is going to work. This is how adults talk about conversations, and it makes your Efik-Ibibio sound mature. Reported. Advanced prepositions, the universal ku. One word with many meanings. The hardest working word, ku equals at slash in slash on slash with. Special relator nouns, adding precision. Example, enwed odiyuku enyon okpekoro, the book is on top of the table. This section introduces ku, the most flexible word in Efik-Ibibio prepositions. By itself, ku can mean at, in, on, or with, and you know which one from context. Omi odiyuku yufok can mean I am at home or I am in the house. To be exact, you add special relator nouns after ku. Enyon means top, so ku enyon okpekoro means on top of the table. Idak means under, so ku idak okpekoro means under the table. Esit means inside, so ku esit yufok means inside the house. ISO means front, so ku ISO yufok means in front of the house. Yufon means back, so ku yufon yufok means behind the house. So the formula is ku plus relator plus noun. N-word odiyu ku enyon okpokoro tells you exactly where the book is. Without enyon, ku okpokoro would be vague and could mean at the table. Learning this relator stops confusion and makes your directions and descriptions precise, which is key for advanced speaking. Writing structured paragraphs. Applying your toolkit. The three-part paragraph structure. Connect ideas with causal/contrastive/sequential connectors. Use relative clauses for detail. Example prompt, a brief account of my journey to school. This section puts every tool together. A good paragraph has three parts. The first part is the topic sentence that states the main idea. The second part is the body with supporting sentences that give reasons, details, and sequence. The third part is the concluding sentence that wraps it up or states the result. Inside the body you use causal connectors like coro to explain why, contrastive connectors like edi to show problems, and sequential connectors like ecom to other events. You also use relative clauses with emi and de to add detail without extra sentences. For the prompt, the brief account of my journey to school, a strong paragraph would start with a topic sentence, mpo encoder yufoknud ama edi iti. Then the body, omi endemia ku yuzunabok, ikom enyamon, koro iso idepid, ntre omi enda ikpenkan. Yufoknud emi odiuda kumfin yufok mma eme edi akpota. Then the conclusion, ntre, encoder yufoknud mpo eme ofon. That uses time order, reason, relative clause, and result. This is how you move from single sentences to full thoughts. Right? Common errors and polishing. Sounding like a native. Mistake 1. Forgetting the /re in relative clauses breaks the clause. Mistake 2. Using any instead of imo in reported speech changes who you mean. Mistake 3. Overusing ku without relators makes location vague. Polishing tips. Vary your connectors. Do not start every sentence with ecom. Combine short sentences with emi/oro plus da. Use tre/tem to end thoughts, not just list actions. This section fixes the errors that keep learners sounding foreign. The first mistake is leaving off the or re in relative clauses. Without it, emi ak eura is wrong and confusing. It must be emi ak de eura for who went to the market. The second mistake is using any when you need emo in reported speech.